Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me for this month in review. This is not just a 1 month in review. I'm not even sure how far this goes back because you all know that over the summer I couldn't really do anything. So um this is a couple of months. This is probably June, July, August. Did I write them all down? I don't think so. Are we going to ignore that fact? We are. We are. We're going to do me a solid and we're going to ignore that fact. If there's a date, hopefully I wrote it on the bottom, but I went back on my channel and I looked up everything since the last review that I did. And so I believe these are the things that are relevant to this video. So if anything repeats from an old video, apologies, forgive me. I'm still learning. So let's get into this, not in any particular order, by the way. So I've marked everything on the side here. And so let's go. So this one is from June 2nd. And this was with the Ohuhu markers. It is very interesting to me how many people actually do not like the Ohuhu markers and they like the colored pencils better. I am loving the comments and the feedback because it's just interesting to see, what people like. I like both. I struggle more, I think, with the markers, as I think anybody would, really. It's just they're harder. I don't know what to say. They're just harder. They're not as forgiving. And, pencils are way easier, I think, to do. I am still learning, but I just, yeah. So, but I love both. I think you get a cleaner look from the markers, but I appreciate both pencils and markers alike, and they each have their pros and cons. And yeah, so the markers like go over each other really easily, more so I think than the pencils. And when you're doing the highlights, they don't show up on the pencils really because of the waxiness of them. So yeah, it's easier to do the highlights and stuff there. But other than that, just love them both. So yeah, this is just an adorable little kitty that I wish I was in its shoes right now because I am so tired. But I love how this came out, especially looking at it after not seeing it for a while. I really love how it came out. The blending of the flowers I'm really happy with. The shadows, the shadow here, the shadows over the slippers. I'm just really happy with it overall. So not too much to say. No regrets on this. I wasn't sure if I was going to be happy with adding the white over them, but nope, I like it. And yeah, the kitty just looks so happy and I'm happy with it. And I don't regret the color of the chair either because I wasn't sure about that one. I did not know. So happy with that. So this is Cat Moments by Hikaru Kotz, and I might butcher all the names because I just don't ever see how you pronounce it. Like I don't see that anywhere, so I'm not sure. I'm still trying to figure that out. So moving on to Coco Wayo Cozy Corner. This book is kind of falling apart, which is so interesting because I think this one was like the better quality paper, but yet the binding is like, it's just terrible. But that's okay. If anything, I'll just end up taking them out and coloring them individually. I really don't care. So this one I did on the 3rd of June. And it might have been my first colored pencils one. I'm not sure. I had an editing issue because I don't know if I forgot to hit record or it just wasn't recording and we missed the stairs in that one, but I don't think that's really too big of a deal. I was really, really, really happy. I tried a lot of blending and shading here, at least for me. So I was really happy with how the sky came out over here, blending those four, I believe it was 4 different yellow shades. And then trying to just add the little reflection in the water and how it looks on the mountains or the hills. Yeah, really happy with that. Really happy with how everything came out. I struggled with the roof a little bit. I wasn't really sure how or what to do to the roof, but ultimately I'm happy with it again after not staring at it all the time and not seeing it for a while. Happy with it. I'm happy with like the 2 tones on the flowers, a little bit darker on the bottom, lighter on the top. The same with the fence being the 2 shades of purple. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this one came out. The trees, I'm still figuring out how to add more texture to the trees. That's a video that I need to hunt down and watch. The videos I find are so good, but also lean more toward professional coloring, I'd say, versus cutesy coloring, if that makes sense. So yeah, I'm happy with the details of the bricks and yeah, everything. I'm just really happy. The cat, I'm always loving the cat. I struggled a little bit with like colors and which colors to do where, but ultimately I think it came out really adorable and I would definitely eat at that cafe for sure. And the mushrooms are super cute too. I just, the little shading I did. I don't know. Sometimes you don't want to do too much because it's like, is it overkill? But I think it came out really well. So the other page I have in here that I did, apparently, I did the same day. And it's this little tree house, which I absolutely struggled with colors. I did not know. I saw some other people's work that had did this and I didn't want to do it too similar. But then at the same time, I was really loving purple this day. So purple bled through both of these. And I really tried to do some of the lighting effects, which I think show up way better with the markers. So at least initially, I didn't really know how to do that. And I think I figured it out okay. I think it looks fine with the lights being on and a little bit of the light coming for the chair and stuff. And there was a couple places I think I tried to put it that it didn't actually show up. But ultimately, I think it's fine. I think it works. And yeah, the colors I'm happy with that I chose. I wasn't sure what to do for the roof, the house, the door. But overall, I really, really love it. And I think that it's adorable. And I do struggle with like coloring a picture in a picture. So like the igloo over here, I was like, what am I gonna do with that? Anytime there's anything laying around, I'm like, what? So but yeah, happy with that night sky situation going on and really love these things. I'm not sure what you would call them. I'm blanking, but I was like, oh, I should just do them brown because it's a tree house. But then I thought that's boring, so I didn't. And yeah, so also very happy with how that came out. So now we'll move on. This one, I thought I was going to be more into this book, but for some reason I'm like terrified of it. This is Meowsterpieces. Oh, yeah, no, I did the intro for that one. Okay, Meowsterpieces, and this one is by Cuttlefish. And I love the pictures. I'm just intimidated. So for this one, I actually don't know many of the artworks that are in here. Um, so I looked it up, and most of the pictures I found, I did find there were a few, but they were a little bit darker. Like the weather looked cloudy. I don't know. So I tried to mimic that a little bit because I have a hard time straying. So when there's a famous artwork, I'm like, do I want to just do my own thing or do I want to kind of mimic what's going on in the actual image? I still don't know, but this one I tried to stick to the image a little bit. So I'm not going to insert an image just because I'm not sure if I'm allowed to or if there's like a copyright situation there. I honestly don't know. So if you want to look it up, here's the name. Oh, I did this one. Here it is on June 26th this year. So I don't know how you say it, but like Boreas by John William Waterhouse, 1903. You can look it up and, it's similar. There were some swirls in the dress that I saw and stuff like that. And I tried to make it kind of similar in the dark sky. That was an experience, like trying to figure out how to do that. But yeah, so I'm happy with it overall. Also, the clouds, I'm not really sure. I feel like I could have done better there maybe, but I'm not sure how. And yeah, the shading, I tried to add like a texture effect to the thing over her head, but I don't know if it came out that well. But I mean, I'm trying. You guys know I'm not an artist. I'm just here having fun, playing around, doing stuff, trying to make things look interesting. I'm very happy with the shading on her face and things like that. And yeah, this one is very simple. So I do want to do more in here. There's a lot of really cute pictures, but I don't know, intimidating. What can I say? Cozy Ocean by Coloring Book Cafe. I love Coloring Book Cafe. I think they have some of my favorites. This poor octopus, you guys. July 11th, 2025. So this was definitely when summer was still rolling, daughter was still home. I had a moment that I was able to try to do something. You could probably tell that this was a rush job, but I'm not as happy with the colors that I chose and the shading and stuff that I did. And then I think I forgot to do the purple. And I mean, overall, I would give it like a 7 out of 10 maybe, because I'm not totally unhappy. I tried to see what it would look like if I took the marker and did like white around the bubbles instead of blue, but I mean black. But I didn't like it, so I traced over though you could see those 3 bubbles right there that I had to go over. And yeah, so I used the blender marker to kind of make the bubbles have a little more texture to them a little bit. It didn't work as well as I wanted it to, but I am happy with it. I do think it worked enough. And yeah, so I really just am like, okay, over the summer and the breaks, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have to try to pre-record stuff, I guess. But definitely be more careful with what I'm choosing to work on and make sure I have a better plan. It was an impromptu situation where I didn't know that she was going to be leaving, and then she did. And also, I was working on this one first, and then I messed up on the rock and I didn't know how to come back from it, so I switched to this one. I still don't know what I'm going to do with this guy, so I'm leaving him alone until further notice. But so that's the only one I did in here. This book, you guys, Matchstick Mouse by Morgan O'Brien. I find this so cute. I've only done one so far. I did it July 25th. Is that right? I feel like that's not right. I don't know why. It must be. I guess it is. I don't know. I mean, I usually, if I did it, let me see what day of the week that was. I'm like, am I lying to myself over here? I don't know. It was a Friday. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, so Fridays are the days that my daughter's usually with my mom, so I would have hopped on to do this stuff. So this one is way more relaxed, as you can tell. But I wasn't really sure what to do. I felt like with the mouse being brown, I didn't want the rope to be brown, and I struggled with that a little bit on what color to make it. I don't know why. I have all those Prismacolor. I think there's like 72 colors, and I couldn't pick one. So stupid. So anyway, here we go. And I really, really, really love how this came out. I love how the shading and the hat and the worm and just everything is so cute. I tried to like add some texture to the mountainside here. I tried to look up pictures, but interestingly, I actually couldn't find any good for reference. So I just did whatever. And I am overall happy with how it came out. I think it's super cute. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to doing more of these. It's the first one I think about when I'm like, okay, what am I going to do today? But I think this one would straight up be colored pencils just because of the small details. I think I saw him do some coloring with markers, but he's a professional and I'm not. So some of them are very intimidating, like the snow and the northern lights and stuff, and how do you do the water right and things like that. So but I have 2 of his books right now, and I know he's working on another one, which I want to get. I think it's holiday themed, if I'm not mistaken, maybe Halloween. But yeah, so I love this. I think they're so cute. I love that there's just like the little circles and it's just a little snack size one. So cute. All right, and then the last couple we have are going to be in this Calm Days book. So these are more recent. So this is the 22nd. I did this one. I also was struggling with colors here. Didn't really know what to do. I added, as you might have seen in the video, there was a couple of colors I added to the little deer, and overall I am actually happy with how that came out. The dog, I didn't really know what to do because I tend to lean toward browns and beiges and stuff all the time, but I do love a classic like black and white situation. I didn't want to do it initially because I thought, is it a cop out to just leave it white? But then I thought dogs are black and white, so it's not because that happens. That's a real life. So yeah. Struggled a little bit with what colors to use though. Even though I had somewhat of a color palette picked out. And then with the window, I felt like I didn't know what to do there because the blue wasn't really showing up like it would have if I was using markers. So I went over it with the same color that was in what I would imagine is the inside of the cafe, or coffee store. So I just went over with that to give it a little bit more of like color to it. Windows are a little tricky for me sometimes. I don't know why. Yeah. So everything else I'm really happy with. I don't feel like I always need so much shading for some reason with colored pencils. It's like the trees, yeah, the awning, yes. The door frame, not so much. I tried to add a little bit to the bar here. Yeah, and I didn't think that the white would necessarily show up as good as the black on the window, so I just left those little lines there. And not much that I felt like I wanted to highlight. I felt like just these couple of things were good enough, and I didn't really feel like I needed more. So overall, totally happy with this one. I know I didn't grade all of them. This one I would say I'm at about an 8 out of 10 maybe. There's a few things I wish I had done better, but I mean overall, I'm happy with it. And then this one from the 14th with the Ohuhu markers that I know some people don't like, but I still like them. What can I say? I still think it's a cleaner look. So when I do the pencils again, I actually want to see what happens if I go over it more layers and what's it going to look like then. I'm going to watch other videos and kind of see what people do, but I do like both. So you are going to see both the markers and the pencils being used. I just don't know exactly. These books I'm a little put off because of the bleeding and stuff through and needing to have something behind it all the time. Sorry, so tired. I almost overslept so much today. It was ridiculous. But yeah, so I really love how it came out. I just think the markers are so clean, you know? It just gives it such a clean, finished look that I love. So as far as the look of things, I actually prefer the markers, but as far as doing the work, I prefer the pencils. But we'll see. I feel like maybe the pencils, I can get them to look a little bit better, but practice, you know what I mean? Practice, practice, practice. And I probably won't be coloring again till next week. I'm hoping to get my diamond painting post review on the other channel up, my for like over the next few days, this video up over the next few days, and then the month in review for the other channel up in the next few days. So I don't think I'll be necessarily doing any more coloring until next week. And that's fine. There's no school Monday, so we got that. And I think my boyfriend's home from work, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, get back into it next week with a new coloring video. Probably actually either Matchstick Mouse or Cozy Corner. I really feel like I want to tackle these older books that I have. I struggle all the time. I'm like, oh, what am I going to do today? But then I'm like, what if I just went through and did one book? But I think I'm going to do another one in here. And then I have several done in this book already. So I feel like I might tackle. See, this is one of the ones I messed up with the sky and I don't know how to fix it. So I'm just like, But yeah, I might do this one with the pencils though, even though it is a little bit of the better paper. This is definitely different, but I'm curious, you know, how it goes. So, yeah, I think I'm gonna probably get the pencils because people do like the pencils. So I want to do both because I know some people like both, some people just like one, and I don't want it to be just one thing. Ultimately, this channel was meant to be, you know, the creative station, like just anything. But I decided that I needed to split up the diamond painting because that community just seemed like its own entity. But other than that, I don't plan to have this channel always be just coloring. I want it to be chatting videos and the coloring videos where, you know, we color and chat, or the music, whatever that I usually do. But then also, if I have a new project or a new something, I want to share it on the channel, right? So hopefully everybody's here for that as that happens. And the only reason I talk about the diamond painting is just so that if anybody new is popping in and wants to see the diamond painting stuff, you know, it's linked below. And you can go to the other channel to watch that and subscribe over there for, you know, and put the notifications on for the new content. And yeah, so that's it for my August month in review. and I feel like I'm pretty happy with everything, even though it wasn't just August stuff. It was there only like maybe 2 or 3 August things per se. But again, we're just getting back. It's been not even a month that my daughter's been in school. So we are back to school, and I'm trying to do more, but these do take a long time. So one a week is kind of where my head is at. If I can do 2 a week, I will. But I'm also trying to get my diamond painting channel going, and I'm dabbling back in my gaming channel, but I'm just not sure yet. And then I'm also trying to consider maybe opening up a small shop with resin products. So that is also taking some time. And a lot of it is like research and what am I going to do and how am I going to do this, watching other people's videos to learn and yeah, see what's up. So that's kind of what's been going on behind the scenes. And yeah, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know in the comments, you know, if you're working on one of these books, which one do you like the best? I don't know. What do you think I should work on next? Any of these? It's probably going to be these two. I think I'm going to try. I kind of want to try to focus on one book at a time. And then like maybe if I can do 2 videos a week, starting next week or the week after, maybe finish Cozy Corner and then switch up the second one. So like every week a Cozy Corner one, and then maybe one of these, and then the second video also switch up to something else, but at least every week. I just feel like I want to kind of finish a book. Like I just want to know what it feels like to have a finished book, you know? So we'll see. I don't know. Cozy Corner is really intimidating because there's just a lot of detail in them. Everything is just so busy and so much going on. Some of them I might do on my own and not record everything, but we'll see. I try to record them just because it's like, why not? But yeah, so that's it for this video. I'm not going to talk your ear off anymore. Thank you for joining me. I really appreciate you being here. And yeah, if you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up. If you're not subscribed already, please subscribe. I would love to have you in my little corner of YouTube. And let me know in the comments what you think. And I will talk to you guys in the next video. Have a great day, everybody. Bye.